Hi students, welcome back to Vendit Gurla tutorials. Today I am going to be discuss the mechanism of steroid hormone. So let's now talk about action of steroid hormone. Steroid hormones are the slow acting hormone. They are the slow acting hormones. They are lipid soluble hormones. Lipid soluble hormones. These hormones are directly pass into the cytoplasm of target cells. So the slow acting hormones, lipid soluble hormone that directly passes into the cytoplasm of the target cells. So hence the receptors of these are present. Receptors of these hormones are present in the cytoplasm or a cytosol of a target cell. Now, as and when it receives, these receptors bind with hormone, steroid hormone, and form hormone receptor complex. Hormone receptor complex. This hormone receptor complex is formed in the cytoplasm or a cytosol of the cell, of the target cell. Now this cytoplasm itself, this hormone receptor complex, it stimulates the hormone receptor complex stimulates regulatory genes to synthesize of regulatory genes or a new protein. So for example, see the word example for this action of steroid hormones. Some of the example, the best example you can take estrogen. Estrogen is a hormone secreted by the ovaries. Gonads. From these ovaries are released into the blood. This hormone is directly released into the blood. From the blood, this hormone, so for example, this is a hormone. This hormone enter into the cell. Enter into the cell through the cytoplasm, directly through the cytoplasm of the cell. And this is a cell membrane, think for a while. Enter into the cytoplasm of cell. Or else you can take so now this hormone enter into the cytoplasm. In this cytoplasm there is our receptor, there is called as receptors of these cells. So the receptors, as and when it enter into the receptor as well as this hormone is bind to form, this is hormone receptor complex. hormone receptor complex. For example, in detail, if we draw the diagrammatic representation, into the blood, from the blood this hormone, this is what a hormone thing, is directly enter into the cell. So the membrane of the cell, cytoplasm, enter into the cytoplasm of the cell. So this is the hormone. And in this cytoplasm, the receptors are present for this hormone, receptors of this hormone. This is called it as a hormone, and this is receptor. Now both the receptors and the hormone are this receptor and the hormone are bind to form a hormone complex, receptor complex, hormone receptor complex. Hormone receptor complex. Alright, so this hormone receptor complex now it enter into the nucleus. It enter into the nucleus of the cell. This is the nucleus of the cell. In that what happens? Receptor complex is come and binds with DNA, a genetic regulating gene, that means genetic material. As a result, it undergoes transcription. So transcription it leads to what? The formation of mRNA. Now this mRNA is moved out of the cell. This comes out of the cell and form a new synthesized protein. This is synthesized protein in the ribosome. Synthesized protein. As a result, what happens? A new protein will be forming. New protein is released. So this will be estrogen is a hormone. Estrogen is a hormone is released from the ovaries. So from the ovaries, this estrogen hormone is released and reaches toward blood directly. From the blood it is passes to, this is a hormone. This is estrogen hormone. And this is called a hormone receptor complex. this hormone receptor complex enter into the nucleus. This is the hormone receptor complex. It passes the nucleus. In that nucleus, this hormone receptor complex stimulates. The hormone receptor complex stimulates the regulatory gene to synthesize a new protein. So this is what a nucleus. It is what a nuclear envelope, or we can say it is a nucleus. This is a cell membrane. This is what a cell membrane. A cell membrane or plasma membrane. Through plasma membrane, this hormone enter into the cytoplasm. This is cytoplasm. This is all we can call it as the cytoplasm of the cell, or cytosol or cytoplasm. This is all cytoplasm or cytosol. Now in the cytosol, this receptor hormone and this receptor is bind and form what hormone receptor complex. This hormone receptor complex enter into the nucleus, and as and when it is enter into the nucleus, is regulate the DNA. This is what DNA. It undergoes to transcription, regulate the water. This hormone receptor complex stimulate the regulating DNA to generate a new protein. It undergoes, that means two processes happens here: transcription and translation. Transcription, this transcribe or the transcription. So as a result of transcription, what will be forming? This is mRNA, messenger RNA is forming. This messenger RNA comes out of the nucleus, into the cytoplasm, and it is to be attached, bind with the ribosomes. This is what ribosome. And form a new synthetic material. This is called a synthetic genetic. This is what a new. This is a new protein. This is the new protein formation. This is what a new protein. This new protein may often as enzyme or another genetic material. And this mechanism is slow process as comparatively what a protein hormone. So this DNA is undergoes to transcription. As a result of transcription, you will be getting, mRNA will be forming, messenger RNA. This messenger RNA comes out of the nucleus and enter into the cytoplasm, and then it will be form of an enzyme on the ribosome. It forms an enzyme or a new genetic, we can call as a protein on the ribosome. The new protein, a genetic material, a new protein alter the cells activating. It alters the cell's activities. It alters the cell's activities. The steroid hormone is a slower but long lasting. Steroid hormone is slower but long lasting. Slower but long lasting as compared to the protein hormone. As compared to a protein hormone. Or we can say that PIC hormone or peptide hormone. I hope you all understand this. See this, what the best example for the action of steroid hormone. Let us take example estrogen or progesterone or ergostiol. Now let's take what estrogen. Estrogen is releases from the ovaries, secrete from synthesis and secrete from the ovaries. And this estrogen enter directly into the blood. From blood it enters this hormone. So this is enter into the cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm of a cell, because it directly passes into the cell membrane of the direct target cells. So this hormone inside the cytoplasm, this hormone is bind with receptors. So the receptors of these steroid hormones are being found in the cytoplasm. So both of them are receptor and hormone are binding and form what complex that is called as hormone complex. The hormone receptor hormone complex is forming. This hormone receptor complex is entered into the cytoplasm through the nuclear envelope. So there is the nucleus into the nuclear envelope. So in this, as and when this hormone receptor complex enter into the nucleus, so in that nucleus, it regulates that the hormone receptor complex stimulates. It stimulates a regulatory gene. It stimulates the regulatory genes. As usually, regulatory genes are present in chromosomes. That means on DNA, regulatory genes on the chromosome of the DNA. So as and when it is regulating, so it undergoes to the DNA, it is first undergoes to transcription, transcribe, as a result mRNA is forming. So after this mRNA formation, this comes out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm or cytosol. From this cytoplasm, it is what protein synthesizing. Protein synthesis takes place. That means, so protein synthesis process is occur. That means it is called translation. That process we can call it as a translation. As a result of translation, it forms the new protein. That new protein alters the activities of the cells. So the new protein alters the cell activities. So this new protein later on it multiplication and communicate. And now this hormone, this is a steroid hormone. It is slower in function. Slower, but long lasting as compared to a protein hormone. Protein hormone, or we can say the insoluble. Lipid insoluble hormone as compared to a lipid insoluble hormone. So that is about action of steroid hormone or the mechanism of steroid hormone. Example, estrogen. I hope you all understand this. If you like this video, please share and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thank you for watching.